So Alan, tell us a bit about this business.
Yeah, I would like to show you the workshop. Again, the market here in the Netherlands is quite interesting. A lot of volume. It's being delivered by a steering model.
But can you make money?
Yes, definitely.
What would you say to repairers that think that the most important thing is the car, the vehicle, not the driver?
Just 2 words: wake up. Because yes, of course, they are right, but if you don't have a client, you don't have cars. So focused on the client, that the client is happy, that you're delivering quality, and most important, that also your employees are happy and doing the job according expectations.
But the client,
yes,
might be the insurance company or the fleet or lease company,
yes,
not the driver, because they're the people who decide to bring the car to you.
Yes.
So aren't they the client?
Yes, for a body shop, yes. But to be clear, you have both of them. You have, of course, work directly steering by the insurance companies, lease companies, but also you got individual clients. And my advice is don't make any separation to that, because every client should be treated the same.
But not every client is the same.
No.
Some clients want more.
Yes.
Some clients want less.
Yes.
How do you cope with that when the client first arrives?
That's very important if you're doing the intake. The starting process is vital. If you do the interview with the client, even just after an accident appeared, what are the expectations? What does the client expect? Just ask in forehand, what are your expectations?
There's very much a trend around the world where the smaller repair, the cosmetic repair, is on the increase.
Yes.
Obviously due to the sort of equipment we have in vehicles to avoid accidents. How are you seeing that trend here?
Yeah, it's I think already for a few years that if body shops aren't executing cosmetic repairs, they definitely are losing market. The way of thinking how to repair is not just thinking in parts. No, it's thinking in repairing methods. If you look, for example, here to this car. Is that with the damage, if you, I can explain it to you, the bottom and also the side was heavily damaged. Now, in the past, they were just cutting out the whole side, but maybe also the rear fender. No, what we're doing is, with the skill of the panel beater, renew partial. Also, of course, depending on the factory agreements, to have the warranty guarantee. But that's an example, but also with the plastic or the cosmetic repairs, which are quite often done. Here in Amsterdam, we have some very irritating curbstones. It means that there are a lot of bumper damages. Now, you will see over there is that you should be able, in my opinion, as a body shop owner, that if a client is coming for an intake, you should be able to repair within 1 day. In my opinion, if he's having the time in 2 or 3 hours, that you serve it. That means that in 2 hours, the repair is done.
Yeah.
Now, that's an example.
But there is can I just clarify here? We're talking here about repair over replace.
Yes.
But one of the challenges of repair over replace is you need the skilled staff to be able to do that.
Yes.
To identify, could you repair, and to actually do it.
Yeah.
Now, many body shops, certainly around the world, find it extremely difficult to attract people that they can train. How do you cope with that?
It's pure training. Look, here in the Netherlands, the model is that who's doing the intake, he's doing also most of the time the calculation. He should have the experience to judge that can be replaced, that can't be replaced. But in the combination with the shop floor manager, because he knows precisely what all those lads can perform. But also he should cope with the new standards in the market. So again, like I say a few minutes before, you should definitely train your staff constantly.
Coming back to this development of the smaller repair, what sort of percentage of your repairs do you do within the one day?
That's at this moment the half, 50%.
50%?
Yes, 50%.
Now, can I just clarify, what does one day mean? It comes in by what time and then goes out after what time?
Yeah, one day it means that if the car is available at 8 a.m., that's one day. It will leave before 5 p.m. If, of course, the car has been delivered at 11 a.m., for example, we will deliver it the day after at 11 a.m.
And what happens about the customer having some form of alternative transport if they give up the car for one day?
Depending, you have to be flexible in that. The positive thing here in Amsterdam is that a lot of people, they don't want replacement of cars due to license changing and all those things. No, what we constantly advising, but also offering to bring them at home or to the work. That's also
so
a question.
Could be a taxi.
Everything. So it's a taxi, or even we got a bicycle over there, and clients are using it quite often. Yeah. Just to they're living in the neighborhood over here.
I do remember a Dutch chain some years ago that used to give out bicycles for them to keep, for the customer to keep. To keep.
Okay, that's I will consider that, but
unfortunately, this chain is no longer in business.
That's what I'm saying. I'm considering that. Yes.
Yeah. I think the challenges we have is that because of technology being built into the car, we're going to have less high impacts.
Yes.
Okay. But I would just ask you one question to do with this. If we look at the typical front of a vehicle, all right, and I've got such a vehicle, so I might have a front bumper that's damaged.
Yeah.
But the challenge I've got is that inside here is a camera.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So suddenly, because of the technology that's being built into the car, yes, it looks like a cosmetic repair.
Yes.
But the cost of the parts behind there suddenly mean, yes, but it's also an expensive repair.
Yeah.
Have you seen that trend as well?
Yes, it's happening. Looking now to the IT with all the in the past.
Well, the car's a computer, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. But in 2 years ago, only the premium models they had definitely that kind of technology. What's happening now that also the middle class cars is getting that kind of features. So also that should be one of the items which you should train your staff, but also get connections to assist your body shop, because that's part number one. And coming back to the intake, if the guy or girl is receiving a client with that kind of damage, he should be aware this model is having that kind of technology, considering, whoa, wait, this probably cosmetically we can repair this in one day, but be aware that maybe that we have to reset, or etc., or bring to a dealer, we have to take in account. So all those things definitely, that's we have to.
But the resetting that's done by the dealer, that can slow the whole process down, can't it?
Yes. 60% of all brands we can reset by ourselves. We have a universal computer.
Okay.
We can do that. Some of them we can't. It's due to the brand.
So it's brand specific?
Yes, brand specific.
Is it the more premium?
Yes, definitely. Mercedes, BMW,
Audi.
Audi. Yeah. Some of the faults we can reset, but the difficult ones, Volvo, for example, also, no, you have to bring to the dealer. But you know that in advance, and if you know that in advance, you can regulate it very well. When the car is arriving to do the repair, you can already make an appointment with the regular dealer that on day 2 or even at the end of the day, the car will be delivered. So those things you definitely have to take in account to have a very smooth process.
Okay. Coming back to the type of customer you get, what percentage of your customers do you have that actually pay for the repair themselves?
That's at this moment 30-35%.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the challenges that I've noticed around the world is the ability of where the customer's paying, is the ability of the body repairer to actually get the pricing right.
Yes.
Because when you have a small repair required and the customer's paying,
yes,
and you say to the customer, well, you need to get a couple of quotes, yes, just to find out if you're getting the right price. And you say, okay, the customer's got 2 choices.
Yes.
And I'd say, no, the customer's got 3 choices, because actually they just might not bother to have it repaired.
Yes.
And the reason why is that our industry tends to overprice where the customer is paying.
Yes.
What's your view on that?
I think that it's very important that you constantly use the same method, because if you aren't do that, you can imagine that client A or B, they are neighbors from each other. What is happening? Your integrity should be stabilized, and I'm constantly instructing also and checking how my front office is doing that. So get it standardized. That's first. Secondly, check the market. Constantly check how is the market doing that, because you have the last year the auctions, yep, which is appearing via the internet. In my opinion, a very interesting market. Also, we are using that. But there you see the different scale of clients. You see the clients who say, my car is damaged, but as long as the damage is repaired, and okay, if for such a cost, as long as I'm not standing very close to it, it will be okay. But you also have clients who say, no, I want to have it perfect. Again, that variety of pricing, you should have it standardized, because otherwise, definitely it will be very difficult. And also for create your market, because that's very important. Stabilize your market, but not only stabilizing, but try to get it grown. And that's important. Looking to what's happening, I call it the threat for the coming years. Get focused on your local market. That's very important. How difficult it also can be.
You know, there's one observation from listening to you.
Yeah.
The traditional model,
yes,
of being a body repairer, a collision repairer, was I repair cars, I wait for them to come in,
yeah,
I charge the insurance company, and I move on to the next car.
Yeah.
That's the traditional model.
Definitely.
That's still employed,
yes,
around the world.
Yeah.
Now you're introducing some new words here to many people. Local marketing, auction houses, understand your competition, train your staff. Do you realize how different this is for quite a few people? Maybe not in Holland, but certainly around the world. This is an escalation of the quality of leadership and business knowledge that we now need in our industry. How long have you been in the industry?
More than 20 years.
Okay, so yeah, what differences have you noticed this? You know, could you imagine having a conversation like this even 10 years ago?
No, but on the other hand is that it's going that fast the last years. The changements of not only how at this moment the clients are using with apps, and also companies should cope with that kind of technologies.
Yeah. If you think about this, we started off with the client,
yes,
and we come back to the client. And isn't it taken as a given that we're going to repair the car well? The differentiation is the way that we reach out and deal with customers and recognize their part in all of this. There's a message here, isn't there?
Yes.
In what you're saying?
Most important is listen to your client, listen to your market. That's, I think, my advice I would give to my competitors.
Well, it's been exciting and enlightening to listen to you, Alain. Thank you very much.